The only guarantee that tomorrow will be better is that you grow today. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome back to the Micah Hinsey Show. Hey, before we get into that, make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button wherever you're watching, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so that way you never miss another episode. Hopefully that is adding value to your life. There are 3 things you need to do that will help you continuously grow every single day: knowledge, practice, and mentorship. Let's dive into what each 3 of those are. In order to grow, you have to be able to expand your capacity, because you cannot grow into something if there's no capacity. A plant cannot grow bigger than the pot it is planted in. If the tree or the bush wants to grow any bigger, it has to be transferred to a bigger pot or it has to be transferred into the soil so that way it can flourish without the limits inside a pot. Well, the same is true for us. We have to be able to expand our capacity to grow, and the way we do that is by learning new things. Without new information, you will never be able to move from where you are currently, because you will only be operating with the information you currently have. To grow beyond that, you have to operate with new information. I started responding to someone and trying to educate them about this certain process that was mandated by the state. But then it was brought to my attention that this process mandated by the state is actually a different way. And then they showed me the administrative and legislative code, and my knowledge had increased. I had a new set of information. I was able to completely alter the course of what I was saying and how I was teaching based on this new information. What I had done effectively is I had expanded my capacity for information, and I was able to grow with that new knowledge. Because I had a bigger capacity, I was able to adapt and grow and become better than what I was the day before. So you have to give yourself knowledge, and you have to constantly seek knowledge and seek to learn something new every day. That old cliche that your parents told you, learn something new every day, that is a true statement. You need to learn something new every day. So the first key to growth is learn something new every day. Learning new things expands your capacity to handle more in the future in order to grow into that new person you're becoming. The second principle is practice. As you're expanding your capacity of new information, it's time to put it into practice. Don't just let that knowledge be theory. Put it in practice and actually live it out and test whether this knowledge is working or not. Because what that does is further expands you are actually learning if the information you have consumed is going to work or not. And if it does work, how did it work? Do you need to apply it differently? And if it didn't work, what are things you can tweak? Why didn't it work? And how do you pivot and apply it differently? Not only that, in order to become better and in order to grow, there's also the cliche you may have heard your parents say, practice makes perfect. You have to practice consistently to become good at something. And that's an issue in our generation that I don't think is talked about enough. Now hear me out. Our generation is not willing to suck at things. We don't like it. We just get bored and we move on. If you are willing to suck at something for 100 hours or 100 days, you will become good at it. You have to practice in order to grow. You have to practice to become good at something, to gain a new skill set, to gain new information, or utilize that information you have gained. Don't be afraid to look dumb for 100 hours or look dumb for 100 days, because you will then look smart, like I do with these glasses. Y'all, Michael Jordan was not good when he threw his first basketball. Michael Jordan was not good when he attempted to dribble for the first time. He practiced for hours. He made hundreds of free throw shots every single day in order to become good at making a basket. It takes hours and hours of practice to become good, and then even more practice to become a quote-unquote expert. Be willing to look dumb, and then you will grow into greatness. And then the third principle to growing is mentorship. Everyone needs a mentor, and everyone needs to mentor someone. A mentor is key in this process because a mentor will call out your BS for you. A mentor will also help guide you and give you new knowledge and give you different ideas and ways to practice things. A mentor will help hold you accountable. And accountability is the only way we get better. Nobody grows without accountability. Nobody gets better without accountability. We all hate accountability because we all have a hippo in us. We all want to sit in the mud and soak and just be there in our comfort zone. But the reality is, we also want to soar with eagles. And the only way we can soar is if we wake up and we do the hard that's required to soar. The easy is to lay low in the mud like a hippo. Doing the hard allows us to soar and reach heights we've never been able to reach before. You can't do that without accountability, and a mentor is the perfect system to bring that accountability into your life. Used properly, they will help you wade through life and call you out on your BS. So the 3 principles to grow today: gain more knowledge, learn something new that you didn't know yesterday, put it into practice, and then get a mentor. Get someone that's going to be in your life professionally that will call you out on your BS, that will help guide you through and teach you where they messed up and give you those new skill sets and information so that way you can become better and more successful. The only guarantee that tomorrow will be better is that you grow today. My challenge to you this week is to ask yourself, are you truly growing? And if not, pick an area to add knowledge, put it into practice, or maybe challenge yourself to seek out an intentional mentor and set monthly or weekly or quarterly meetings up with them so that way you have a regular routine of someone that can help guide you, teach you, hold you accountable, and lift you up as a result of that.